think we are live, everybody. Welcome to today's broadcast welcome to today's broadcast, everybody. Today's broadcast is going to be for the Spring National 150. This is the first race of the season for our Super Late Model Series. This is going to be in iRacing. Oh, as we see somebody wrecking in the background. Great way to start this all. As we're watching them wreck, this is some newer people starting. It seems to be people who aren't as familiar with these super late models, but this is going to be a series, which, if I can get my stuff situated at the moment, everybody is going to be kind of newer. It's all going to be a lot of learning process for these. As we start with the Spring National 150, this is going to be at Southern National Motorsports. And the problem with it is my stuff is not working. Give me 1 minute. Gotta love technical issues every single time I try to start this stuff. Don't know what it's doing. Gotta love it. But if it'll work, I will show you all the track temperatures. Track temperatures aren't too bad at the moment. It's going to be a good race because track temperatures allow for a lot of movement around on these upper and different areas for these, like, lower groove, upper groove, middle even. If we're watching some of these, you can see some people make different lines work. It's going to be a good race because of that. It's possible to make any line work, really, at this temperature. And that's going to be the best part about, this particular racetrack. You can make any line work at most temperatures. And that's kind of what's the beauty of this track. And I think it's going to be a great one for a season opener. I think we're doing 150 laps, as is the Spring National 150. And it'll be a good one to start with. Qualifiers start at 8:10. And the 8 o'clock, and actual race is 8:10. So if we can get this all situated before then, that'll be great. So let me do some situating. Give me an okay. Never mind. Let's not do that. Seems like it's not want to cooperate. I may have to close and reopen the stream in a minute, because hear some music in the background. Lovely, right? If we can get it situated, I'll be able to show some of this. There we go. Perfect. It is now working. Let me show some of this. Yeah, it says it's connected. Load project. Okay, sorry, SD, I am new to some of this stuff. Okay. My keybinds are not cooperating. Lovely. I am going to have to do one thing really quickly. I'm going to have to shut off the display capture for just a split second, everyone. I apologize for this, but it's going to have to be, not going to take but a second. I'm going to have to do something to get this to work so I can get the broadcast all situated. It seems to be that one and that one that's not working. Now if I go back here, still got it working. Now if we open back up this all, should be able to do this. Okay. Now if I close back out and we try to do some of this, still not cooperating. Give me 1 minute, everybody. Just getting this all situated. This is the first time using this channel, so give me some grace here, please. It's a newer situation I'm not used to. I gotta get it all figured out before we get the race going, too. And that would be much preferable to everything else. So, going on about this track, I guess some things we can add are, there is a lot of general, I guess they run a lot of, at least in generally like iRacing as a whole, there's a lot of races run for like lower level like entry level stuff like street stock, late models. Late models is D class. Super late models is D class and C class. Same with late models. Do a lot of races at this track because it is very beginner friendly. It is great with these temperatures, like I was saying. But the best part is the beginner friendliness of this track. And going off of that, there is a lot that we can do with this track, this particular hole. No, I keep saying that a lot, but I can't think of another way to put it. As in Southern National Motorsports, there is the fact of you can make any line work. So, but the thing is, when you move somebody out of the bottom lane with this track, you're gonna have some problems of, especially with super late models, because they get squirrely everywhere. I mean, we'll probably see somebody spin out in a couple minutes. I don't blame them. Can't drive these things with crap anyway. Best thing with these cars are, though, if you get somebody out of that bottom groove and try to move them with your bumper, it's gonna cause some issues. Like I said, we're gonna see somebody get squirrely and hit somebody. You can't move people with these cars as well as you can the late models, because late models, they don't have as much torque. With these ones, they have a lot more torque, so when you're moving somebody, they get slippery. Very slippery very quickly. And that is everything situated. So let's look at some lap times, I guess. Lap times, let's look at the best lap times. And let's take a look at leaderboard. So, looking at it so far, we got the number 71 seems to have the fastest lap time at 13.88. But the slowest is the 48 of Oliveira, which is 14.54. Not too big of a discrepancy, but you'll see some probably lapping in 150 laps at that point. Now, one thing we'll be seeing is, as we go on board and see somebody wrecking, I mean, we can watch this. Let's go back a bit with these cars. That's probably the best bet. Going back a lot, you can see how they get swirly pretty easily. You'll see how. You'll see you get up, you hit the turn too quickly, or you get too low, get on that apron, it's a real bad idea. Watch that 5 go up too high. Get in, and see what happens to them, because they got real tight on there. See if they can make it work. Watch the 5 do this, because you can see them get swirly when they do. You'll see it. It's just the slightest amount of... If you hit the gas pedal too much on exit, like that, you'll either hit the wall or you get squirrely. And that's going to cause some problems here, as you will kill your tires with that. And as they do that, we'll see some problems later in this 150 lap race. Now, let's look at some of the other people on the track, take a look at this, and then we'll look at some track temperatures and get a good look at generally what we're going to see. So, we got track temperatures. We'll just go ahead and look at them. 37 degrees Celsius, warm track temperatures. Track length is 0.57 kilometers, so 2/5 of a mile track. It's a good track, but the thing is, air temperature and track temperature are different. You don't really have to worry about as much about overheating in these cars. You do, but you don't. At this temperature, it's not going to be too much of a deal. Wind ain't going to make too much of a difference. The problem is going to be track temperature. 37 degrees Celsius is going to make a difference. You're going to be able to see, like I said, a lot of lines working in a lot of ways. I mean, we can go look as they practice with a lot of these different people. See him. He'll make that line work. That's middle-ish to the low line. Watch this 93. See what they do. They'll make that middle line, more of a middle line work. Watch the 56 spin out. 7's going middle line. But we saw some people earlier make that tie line work way up high. You can make some good runs. See that squirrely. You can save it pretty easily. 48 did really well with that saving there. 48 is which person? Which one's the 48? We'll introduce some of these people. That's the Oliveira. Has the slowest lap time right now, but really good car control. Saw him save something. Really good saving. I mean, you can save it, but it's hard to at times. Watch some of these people join back in. that is another thing you're going to have to watch out for is people who are in the pits joining. This track is really bad. I mean, if we switch, if you watch it right there, that's such a bad place to join in this track. If you're coming around at a good speed and it's a green flag, we'll probably see it. They're going to have to change their line to join back in. And if somebody doesn't join back in properly, it can cause some accidents in that corner. And that is turn 1 and 2. Because it's coming off of the finish. That's turns 3 and 4, isn't it? Yeah, turns 1 and 2 are... No, that's turns... Yeah, 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are in the back where you can enter from. And you can see that. And we'll go spectate one of the other cars real quick. See if we can watch somebody make some of these high lines work. Or see how they're going to pass. It'll be a good thing to watch for. That high line right there. Let's go back a bit. Stop. There was a couple cars in front. It was the other car, other white car. It's this one. If we go back and we watch them, they go really high, get a good run on exit. Stop there. Start again. Watch them go really high, get a good run. See how they make that work. Pass the 47, get a good run into the corner. Cut down low. That's how you make a pass on the short track. But they cut off that 47, though, it seems. Don't know if that was a pretty almost egregious cutoff there. I don't know if they meant it or I don't think that was a meaningful cutoff there, because if we watch it from up here, yeah, 47 just got squirrely trying to slow it down. 7 just spins out there. So let's go back to the live view of this. Some other people, that's another one. That's the, which one? That's another car making that high line work. And we got 88, which is a newer car. Some of these cars, we got about 15 cars in this lobby right now going to run this race. A lot of them are in the pits right now waiting, because 810 is qualifying. We're gonna see qualifying really soon. Again, let's take a good look at fastest lap times. We got Richmond still, number 71, 13.88. Nobody's got a faster lap time than him. Yeah, nobody. Nobody's really close. We got 13.93, the next highest. And Olivier is still slowest at 14.48. If we look at some of the most recent lap times, people are slowing down a lot because they're killing tires. This will be a fun one to watch. We got 4 minutes left to practice it. Let's go on board. Let's go watch somebody's in-car view of the rest of this. Let's watch the in-view of probably, which car do we want to do? Let's watch the 73. Watch him, see if we can watch him pass them. See what these people are seeing from the inside of these cars. It looks really different. You'll see a lot different. You can feel, you see that car swirling. Good save by the 73 there. We can watch this. You see that 71 getting swirly. These tires are dead at this point. They did not take care of these tires well enough for 150 laps. Once we get into the actual race, they're going to have to slow it down. 73 is getting a good pass. Ooh, got too much on that gas there. That's what I was talking about. If we go back, just a little bit back, just a little bit farther back actually, you can see there, you don't notice it when they're in, unless you're really in it, you can see them get squirrely. That is what I'm talking about. You get too much on that gas in those corners, you can rotate your car. What you try to do in these ovals, you try to rotate with your brakes, your gas and your brakes and everything, but you can't do it too much. And that's an example of too much right there as he spins out into the wall. The 73 is into the wall. Into the pits as we are about 2 minutes left to practice. Let's go look at another one. Let's look at number 47, Nick, as we go through, making some good lap times. Has 9th place right now for the fastest lap time. Not killing his tires, not doing too bad there. And as we watch this go through, makes a good lap, good on the gas, not too hard on it. Not going to kill his tires like that. It's a good way to run these cars. Because you've got to be cautious. If you don't, you're going to kill them. Let's go on board with them. On board with the 47, you can watch this. You can hear them letting off the gas. You can see the RPMs in the bottom corner. You see cars hit RPMs really quick because they got a ton of torque and a ton of acceleration. You can watch this, even just feel, you can almost see it and feel it if you're just watching this camera. Watching it from this angle, you can see those RPMs go up. You can see the way he's driving. Into the corners, this is the way if you ever watch a real race for late models, you'll see people drive like that. They go in, they hit the corners, and they just let off the gas until they get almost completely straight, and then they floor it. It's ever if you watch a real race. And another one we can watch would be, let's see how he does this one. Watching the 93, another good lap. Seems like they're getting better at not killing their tires already. A lot of these slower lap times that you're seeing are probably people who are going to maybe do better in the long run, but these faster lap times may do better in the short run. So what you're going to have to look out for is, again, it's 150 laps on late models, which burn through tires. I mean, it's bad how quickly they will burn through these tires. So watch this 91 try to make this pass. Into the inside, clean pass, really clean pass. If that's the gold standard for what we want to see, what you want to see today is this. There's a lot of drivers who do really well, and these slower lap times are good, but that's a great pass right there. You can watch it. Good acceleration. Doesn't kill the tires in the corner. You can't hear them squirreling too much, but gets a little loose on exit. Now, back to live. We're going to watch some of these people. I say we're going to watch probably the person who was in first for lap times earlier. And we're going to turn off some of these. And after that, we're going to take a look at the grid for the actual race. Let's look at... We can probably, we're just going to talk about some of this. We're going to talk about, as we watch some of these go in the background, again, track temperature, 38 degrees Celsius now. It's warmed up slightly. Probably means not high line. It probably means the inside line is going to run slightly better. High line runs really well in high temperatures, but there's that middle ground of 38 degrees Celsius probably will work really well for that inside line at this temperature. And we're going to see how it goes. We got about 5 minutes for qualifying, and we're going to see. The 91 of Jones has the fastest lap right now. Let's see who else does it when they actually qualify. Jones right now. At the moment, we're watching all of that. But in the background, let's look at some other stuff. Taking a look at pitting, because they're going to have to pit. I mean, there's going to be damage. We have this. This is going to be some of the stuff we're going to look at. We're going to look at pit lane. We're going to look at pit stop lap, pit stop time, and pit stop stint length. It's going to be some of the stuff we're going to majorly look at for pits. And some of the other stuff we're going to look at is going to be, excuse me for that, we're going to be looking at gap, last lap, and best lap. That will be our golden rule for what we'll be looking at during the actual broadcast to see what we're going to see. And it's just a rundown of what we're going to be looking at. And we got 11 people, 11 out of the 15 qualified right now. I don't know if these others, we're going to watch this. The number 88 is qualified right now. Making that high line work Nice. Cut it really, really close. See how he does. 88. Cutting it really, really close to the wall each time. Doesn't hit it, but nicely close. I mean, there's a quote from some nice movies. Cannot say which, but you want to be on the edge, especially in stock car. And that's really what we're seeing here. And even though he's not making the best lap times, you can see the mind's in the right place. Just got to get the theory down. A little too close to the edge there. Let's see what happened there. Oh, and we're not, because it is done. Qualifying is done with him, and now we actually got 4 other people to... Yeah, 4 other people. Got the 93, the 73, the 48, and the 42 that also need to qualify, but they don't seem to be here to qualify. We may only have a 12-car field, but that's not a bad thing for this racetrack. Depends on how, if they're still here, if they're going to qualify, etc. This is what we got so far, though, and don't know. We don't really know exactly how this is going to go. This really could be anyone's game, because the 47 was having some slower best lap times before, and there was another car that was having some slower lap times, but seems to be a little bit higher up this time. There's a few, actually. But you also have a few that seem to have not been qualifying at the moment. So we kind of have to figure out who's gonna, we don't know how Olivier is gonna qualify. That was the 48 car who had some slower lap times, but seemed to be conserving his tires really well. We got some other ones, like Nickel was conserving his tires well. I think it was the 73 that was also conserving tires well. Few of these were doing really well, and they will do well in the long run, but it's just going to be dependent on that long run. How long do we have green flag? How long do we have all of this? As to how destroyed these tires are going to get. But with all of this to be told, there's a lot here. And it's really anyone's game. Doesn't matter who starts in qualify or in pole. Short track is anyone's game. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the grid when it pops up. Yeah, okay. So, in first place, we have Jones with a 91, and second, we have Nickel with the 47. In third, we have Richmond with the 71. Fourth, we have Allen with the 7. Fifth, we have Daly with the 37. Sixth, we have I'm going to butcher that name, McDermott with the number 5 car. Seventh, we have, I can't even say that, whatever, I can't say the last name, but we have the 56 car. And eighth, we have another name, Poffenberger with the 14. We have Luke with the 8. We have Hoppe with the 67. We have Olmsted with the 29, and Lane with the 88. That is all the people who have qualified. But out of the 4 people who didn't qualify, it is Falliker with the 42, Oliviero with the 48, Targi with the 73, and Donati with the 93. As we are now going to start pacing before we go green. That is our field, and it gets started. It is time to get started. People are spinning out a little bit, and it seems like somebody got a problem getting their car started. If they have auto clutch not on, these cars are hard to get started. Let's take a look at our leader as we watch the field, do a couple of pace laps. So, it seems to not be showing a lap time because of the way this is set up. There we go. Well, we're going to have 150 laps at this point. Oh, 91 into the wall. Immediately, we're going to have some differences. 71 is now the new leader, it seems. And he seems to have taken off by about a 0.76. gap is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But the question is, can he conserve his tires? It is now a yellow flag. Let's take a look at how this happened. It was Olmsted that crashed. Let us take a look. How did this crash happen? Betting it was up on that as they bowed up in that corner. As we watch as the 42 gets into the back and moves the 29 out of the corner. 29 gets a little bit in there, and as the 14 hits the wall, they hit the 14, 29 spins out. There's nothing that 29 could have done there. I mean, wrong place, wrong time situation. I mean, you can watch it back again. As we watch, the 14 gets to run around, and the 42 just runs him into the 14. I mean, nothing you can do there. I mean, it's short track, a lot of stuff going on at one time. You can't expect too much. You can expect it, but is it likely going to happen how it's going to happen? How you want it to happen? No. I mean, there's so much. You just can't predict it. Especially with these cars. I mean, super late models, there's a lot. As we watch as they go back to green, I cannot tell laps, what lap we're on, so that is an issue. Seems to be a problem with the way they set this race up, but it might also be me. So as we are going back, caution lights are out, and we're about to go green again. 71 did a bit of a jump start there, I think. We're just watching the green flag wave. Not sure. Go back and check that in a minute if we get a caution. And there's another caution. Oh, that's a big one. Oh my god. Let's go back. Let's go back and look at that. And start this. And then 56 spins out. 8. Everybody gets piled up in that. That's a huge one. Oh my. Who all was in that too? There's a lot of people involved in that. Let's take a look. It was the Oliveira. It seems to be Oliveira, Targi, Hulk, Olmsted seemed to have made it through it. Luke made it through it. Falker got hit. I mean, that was a big one for a short track. Oh, you don't expect to see that, especially with the little amount we've raced so far. This is going to be a long race because of the amount of wrecks we're going to have. We're second caution. We're only a few laps in. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell how this is going to go because of this. You can anticipate who's going to be the leader, but the leader's gained. Who was the original leader, which was Jones, is now back 9 spots. Back 9 spots and seems to have a little bit of damage on his car. Just the way short track racing goes. You can't anticipate anything, you just don't know. Now we're about to go back to green as the pace car goes down. Let's watch them as they go back to the start. 71 gets a good jump. 7 is actually back up on him this time as they go into the corner and see if we can get a few laps without getting a caution. And they seem to make it through. Seems like there's some checking up on that backpack. Oh my god, okay. That was somebody who got hit in that corner. It's the 88, I think. Yeah, 88 just got hit into that corner. And they're still green, but we should go take a look at that. Because so, it seems like the 88 just got checked up in that corner almost. 88 went into, not checked up, he got hit in the rear end because he was going a little bit too slow or something. Oh, 47 checked up, 88 hit around, 91 hit by the 29, and they were kind of meshing together because of the iRacing's wonky physics. And that is, ooh, that's a rough one. As we're back into the race, because it's still going green. We watch as the leader comes up on those 2 cars and see what happens here. Can the 71 pass these cars, or is it going to be a hassle? 91 out of the way. 88 just goes down and slows down a lot, causing a problem for the 7. There's a checkup back there. That's rough for the 7. 7 can't catch up to 71 as much now. As we're watching, the 71 has about a 1.25 second lead at this point, at least in the corners. The general lead of about 1.3 now. Gaining lead each second, each lap, they gain lead. Let's go back and take a look at some of these other cars, because you can't just focus on that leader. Watch as that. Who is that? Let's watch as they kind of have a little bit of a battle in this back pack. It's not back pack, it's mid pack. It's 8. 8th place, 9th place, 10th place. They're having a little bit of fun back here as they are going at each other. Watch as that 56 hits himself into the wall, and the 14, and they are back wrecking. That's a rough one again. Another one that collected a few cars. Let's look at the 14. We are now on the 3rd caution of the day, everyone. As we are going back to look at this, 56 got into the rear end of the 14. 14 spun out, 56 in the wall, 14 gets hit by the 8, up into the 93. 93 into the 14, back into each other on the wall. 14 has a lot of damage, especially on that right wheel. There's a lot going on there. Yeah, there's some, left wheel, left driver's side wheel, ooh, that's gonna cause some issues. Yeah, they're in the pits now. There's a lot of people in the pits right now. Let's see where some of our other ones are. 47 almost got involved in that wreck. If we want to go back and look at it, narrowly missed it. 47 nickel barely missed it. If we go back, it's a ways back, but watching this, I'm coming down. 56 seems like they noticed what was happening, but narrowly dodges this. When I mean narrowly, let's, narrow. Yeah, that's rough. That's a close one for the 47. I'm gonna be rethinking some of those choices, I'd say, for how close to cut some of these wrecks. It's like if you watch some of the real life professional races, they cut it really, really close. They just hope and just kind of pray that that gap stays open for long enough. And we are back green. Let's see what happens. 71 takes off again, miles ahead of everyone else. 0.67 of a lead. Nice. It's a nice lead. Gaining more, 0.75, 3/4 of a second of a lead at this point. It's going to be that middle pack that you're going to have to watch out for, because they're wrecking they're wrecking a lot back here. As we are spectating the 73, yeah, just look around, see what's happening. We'll just keep on the static camera, see what we can see until we're going back. Seems like they're checking up, hitting each other a little bit there. Seems like the second and third place are kind of racing. There's some racing going on now in the lead ranks, and there's a 4th caution as we need to go back and watch what happened. 93's back involved again. That's rough for luck for the 93. Let's see what happened. 93 into the corner. 56 right up on him, pushes him around. Ooh, that's a pit maneuver. That is a pit maneuver. Were they spinning before? They were spinning before. That's not a pit. That's just a spin, and the 53 didn't have enough time to stop to slow down. That is my bad. Is this a 53 or is that 56? I can't even think. I apologize for that. That is a bad call on my part, but 56 looks like they're pitting from these camera angles, but I think it's wrong place, wrong time again. Because it's just, you get in, somebody spins out, you can't do anything. Same way with dirt track. If you get in that corner, somebody spins out, you just kind of hit them. You can't move, you can't slow down. If you do, you'll spin yourself out and give yourself more damage than you did already. 56 already has plenty of damage because they've been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Same with that 93. 93 of Donati is also also still in it. They have some severe damage, it seems to. No, it's not even as bad as the 53. And as we watch, we're going to watch them as they go back to green at this point. And as they go back to green, let's see how this happens. 71 in the outside 7, and then 71, 537 on the inside, 742 and 53 or 67 on the outside. As we watch as the 71 gets a good lead on the 57 car, as we watch the 7 car gets a little bit closer, the 5 car's right on the rear end at 7. They're racing now. It's single file, everybody. Single file racing here at Southern Motorsports. Now, as we watch, as this, again, 7, 5, and the 4 car, or 42 car, are at ends. They are right on each other, hoping somebody else makes a mistake so they can take up that position. 42 moves the 5 car, 5 car spins out. That was a... What even happened there? That seems to be the 42 car tried to move the other car out of the groove, and the 5 car went into the wall, and the 42 car just spun them around. Didn't have anywhere to go, just a little too aggressive on that move. Just slightly too aggressive. If they had kept it a little bit under, it would have been okay, but they did not keep it under. They pushed past the threshold that you can't, and they spun somebody around. Now we're back again. 71 still in first, 7 is in second, 42 is in third, and 37 is in fourth, as well as finishing up our top 5 is Schregengost, as in the 56. There are 16 cars in the field, and a few of them are one of them is 22 laps down, and the others are in the pits. As all the others are on the lead lap. Top 12 are on the lead lap, and then 13 through 16th place are not. One of them is 22 laps down, the other are, like I said, in the pits. So, as we go, let's watch this startup from the position, the onboard position of the 71, who is our leader. You can see his camera and his helmet in his car, a picture of him in that little bottom part. That is Richmond in the 71. We're going to watch as the lights on the pace car seem to have gone out. And we're about to go green. We're about to go green, it seems. Next lap by. No, it's this lap. Alright. As we watch, 71 gets a good lead. We'll watch him. That's what these cars look like. You can see it. You can almost feel the power in these cars when you're going, because they have a lot of it. A lot of torque, a lot of acceleration. Now, if we go back to the regular view of outside, the tower is what it is. We're back in another caution. That's a big wreck I can hear in the... Oh, that's a big one. Oh, crap. I missed that, and I am... Ooh, that's a rough one. So let's look at how this happened from this camera angle. Looking at this, there's a big wreck about to happen. 37 spins out. Everybody's just piling up in there. I can't even say all the cars piled up here. As one car's on the roof, the 93 is on its roof. Did not expect to see that at a short track. You just can't expect it. Again, short track is so unprecedented, you just don't know. 71 is still in the lead, and how many laps do we have? Unknown to me. I can check with my stint length. 44 laps in, everybody, and yeah, 44 laps in of 150, and it is not going very great. 6 cautions, 1 car on its roof, 2 big wrecks. Let's continue to see how this goes. That is going to be how we're going to determine race length, because the caution, the stuff isn't working at the moment. We're just going to go off of it, hope it works, see how it goes. It also shows who is pitted. Second place Folliker has pitted. Had to get some damage repaired, I'd say. He's now in second in the 42 car as we are about to go back to green again. So we watch as they come around the backstretch, and we're going to see how this goes, because there's only a few of them. 71 gets a good lead. 42's right up on him. 42's in a good one. Got a car spinning out in the first corner. First corner gets hit around. Ooh, that's a... Who got hit, too? Let's go back and watch that. That was this car, it seems. And if we go back and watch what happened. Gets spun around by the 5 car. Hit by the 3rd. Not even... Which car hit him? That was a nasty hit, too. It was a nasty hit. That was by the... Is it the 53? Yeah. No, 53. Yeah, 50. It is the, not a good... It was not a good time for that car to get hit. And it seems to have been the, 73 that hit them. It's hard to tell with some of these cars because they have really... They have paint schemes that make it hard to see your number. Now let's look at the leaders. The pace in the field, again, for our... What is this? This is the 7th caution out of 50 laps. We are now 1/3 of the way through, everyone. Let's see how much we can make it through. Leader for the whole time seems to have been the 71. I don't think there's been a single time he wasn't. He was the pole sitter. There's everything there. But can they do it? No, they were not the pole sitter. My bad. They were the 3rd place position. Pole sitter got pushed to the back. But they have, since the pole position got pushed to the back, they have led almost every single lap. Is this going to be a domination? Like the Bristol race the other day? Or are we going to see somebody make some moves and actually take the position back? What are we going to see today? That is a question we all have, and we're about to figure out some more as we are about to go green for the 7th time. The caution flag is done. Now 71 gets a good lead as the 42 is coming around to pass. 42 for the lead. 42 passes on the outside. 71 stays on the inside. 71 battling for that lead position. As we watch, 71 gets a bit of a half of a car in front of them. 42 right up on each other. 42 falls in behind them. 71 gets the lead, about a gap of about .22. 42 is getting a good run again. Everybody seems to be falling in line at this point as we watch 71 again, keeping some good runs, but their tires may be falling off. I cannot tell if the tire's falling off. But we'll see tire fall off throughout this race. We're about 55 laps in, and 71 is still in the lead. 42 car. And so look at some of these lap times. Last lap time, 71, 13.92, 42, 13.96. This time by 13.99, and the 42 is 13.98. 42 is catching up on them. If you look at the fastest lap times, it seems to be that the fastest lap time is held by the 71. We're going to see how this goes through here, though. As the 42 is gaining some faster lap times on the 71. And there is some wrecking going on the back. I can hear it. Let's watch it. Continue to watch this battle for the lead. We're going to shift this camera so we can see everything going on. And we're going to, again, look at some of these last lap times. 71 got a slightly faster lap time this last time by, and they have identical lap times this one by. And
looks to be that the 71 gaps them on this back straight, and as they go through the front straight, seems like the 71 is much better on the straights, and the 42 is better on the corners. It's going to be determining how they pass, but also means the 71 might be conserving tires. You just don't know. Don't know the mindset of these drivers at this point. We'll also look at these lap times. 42 is about 0.07 of a time, 0.07 of a second slower than the 71 this last lap by. We're now 62 laps in. Now, also looking at this, the Bolliger is about 11 positions up. That's a good lap. That's crazy, pretty much. Bolliger seems to have started in the 13th position. May have been one of the people who did not qualify. I think they were one of the people who did not qualify. Now looking at it again, Bolliger has a slightly better lap time, but it also gets to him right on that corner. But on the exit, 71 just gets such a good run through those laps. But the 42 is getting great lap times in general. They're both staying so close together. 65 is the longest green flag run I think we've had in a while. Let's see how this goes. Power fall-off is going to be becoming more of a factor now with green flag runs. Again, 71 slowing down, 42 staying the same. See how this continue this pattern, see how it goes. 42 get close to the corner, 71 straight away gets a mile ahead. Let's look at that gap. Has it increased on them? It has increased slightly. Now, if we look a little bit back into the field, everybody's a little bit apart except these two. Oliveira, one of the people who did not qualify, so yeah, he started 14th, is now in the 8th position. We got some good move-ups. We got a few that are a lap down, out, or just pitted. It seems like the 93 is out and the 91 is out because of probably damage, severe damage. Now, if we go back to this, it seems like one of the other lapped cars is catching up. Maybe getting in the middle. We're trying to get in the middle. Is that a lap car? 56. They are 7 laps down. Now, if we're going to continue to watch this, if that 56 gets in between them, they can cause a lot of problems. But it seems like they backed off a bit. 71 still in the lead with quite a bit to go. Oh, back into the wall. Who was that? Into the wall. That seemed to have been the 67 into the wall. But Luke Allen, 7 cars, getting some battling. He's battling with the 56 and the 17. That's 7. Yeah, that's 47, my bad. That's 47 of Nickel, who is down 2 positions from the grid because they started 2nd. They are having a lapped car kind of in the middle of or did for a little bit. So that caused some issues. As we look at these two again, leaders, 1st and 2nd position, we are now 75 laps in, halfway done, everybody. Same position. Everything has changed. We have Richmond, 71, who is 2 positions up. Bolliger, who is 11 positions up. Allen, who is 1 position up. Nickel, 2 positions down. McDermott, who is 1 position up. Hop, who is 4 positions up. Targi, who is 8 positions up. Olivieri, who is 6 positions up. And Lane, who is 3 positions up, who is 1 lap down. Schregengost, who is 3 positions down, but is also 7 laps down. And the 11 car of Olmsted, who is in the same position and 21 laps down. Some of these other cars are out. The 12 of Daly is 7 positions down. Donati is 3 positions up, but is out of the race. We are now into another caution as Garrett Lane has crashed. Let us look at this crash of the 88 car. Is this the one that caused it? Yeah, it is. Just seems to have spun out. Is this a self-spin? This is a self-spin on the straight, front straight. That's a rough one. Nothing really to say there is that these cars are just hard to handle. And the track temperatures, if we're going to look at these really quickly, track temperature has gone down. These lines are going to be harder to work. Everything's going to be more complex to deal with. Everybody went and changed tires, got fuel, got what they needed. Oliveira is in a position of a good position, actually. They're not going to be a lap down, but they seem to be coming back out in 4th. Don't know if that's correct. Then we got Allen in 3rd, and we got Folliker in 2nd, and we got Richmond in 1st. We also got Nickel, who's apparently a lap down. That must have been coming from pit stops. Don't know what just happened there. Hold on, 1 second. What just happened with Oliveira? They went for a run off the restart. That is not a good thing. I don't think it was a run. I think they were trying to get to their position, and green flag just kind of went. And they hit the 5 car, who is a couple laps down. No, 5 car is a few laps down, it seems. Yeah, 1 lap down. And then just 42 and a 7. We gotta really see what's going on right now. Oliveira's, don't know what happened there. Seems to be something going on in the background now. You hear some wrecking. People are hitting the wall or something. 71's getting a straightaway mile ahead of everyone. 87 laps in, and we are good to see what's going on. 8th caution, as Garrett Lane again has crashed, number 88. I would hate to see if this was an iRating race. I would hate to see the iRating of this, but let us see what happened here. It's another self-spin. Yeah, another self-spin. It's hard to control these cars. They have so much torque. It's hard to tell what's going on. Got down to the low part though. Made it easy for people to get past. That is a good idea because you don't want to get hit, don't want to ruin somebody else's race. Seems like the 42 car is now in 1st, and the Oliveira in the 48 is now in 2nd. Let's watch from the blimp for a little bit. As we see, caution lights are still on. Now, we are now 8, 70, 80, 90 laps in. 90 laps, 91. 91 laps in. We are about to be 2/3 of the way through. We have about 9 cautions in, though. We have about a caution every 10 laps, according to, probably about for the ratio numbers. 91 laps of 9 cautions, yeah, about a caution every 9 laps. And that was a purposeful wreck in the background, I think. As we are probably going to, let's go back and look at Oliveira and see what just happened. I don't know if it's purposeful or what. Or Oliveira just got a bad start because the green flag had not dropped. Yeah, that was a purposeful wreck, it seems. That's okay. You still seem to be green, though, even after all of that. So we're about 94 laps in. 95 now coming by. About to reach to 100, and the person who started 14th is now our leader and has the best lap speed, it seems to me. Yeah, best lap speed, and that was their last lap, which was 13.96. I can show this. Oh, it's not one. Okay. Richmond has a 13.83, which is slightly better, but he seems to have ran that just this last lap by, too. Seems like these lap times are getting faster. Let's take a look at the track temperature again really quickly. It is about the same. I guess maybe they're running some lines that they know are going to work now. So we're now a few laps in, and we're going to have to figure this out. I mean, there's a few people who've been purposely wrecked, I think. At least that's what it looked like from my point of view. Looked a few purposeful wrecks. I mean, we have to figure out what's going on because not we. Rather, the drivers have to figure out what's going on if they want to finish this race in a good way. Because we have, it's, what, 101 laps in? Yeah, 101. Now, we're now at 2/3 of the way through. We have 50 laps left, and we're going to have to figure it out because otherwise it's going to be a really messy late lap. I mean, we're going to see what we saw at Darlington in the actual real stuff. I'm not going to say the names. But what we saw there, we're going to see here because somebody's going to get upset. Somebody's going to push somebody around. We need to figure out what's going on because if you don't, you just don't. I mean, feelings get high, but nerves get high, but you got to figure it out. Now, coming back to the green, we're now at a lap 104. Excuse me, it takes me a second to figure out what's going on because of my stuff is messed up. Now, it should be 104, yeah. So, as we come back, we're now at 105. Let's take a, 42 self-spin. Does he save it? Hits the 71. Ooh. Did the 71 hit the wall? 71 hit the wall. And that was a rough one. 42 self-spun. 71 hit the 71. 71 hit the wall. Ooh. Now we got 67 of Hop into the lead. That is somebody we haven't seen in the lead at all. Really, at all. We have not seen him in the lead. So we have a few drivers that are out now. We got Donati, Poffenberger, Jones. Lane is out, and Oliveira is pitted. Who's that pitting? It's a 42 and the 7 that are pitting. Nickel is now back into his position that he started in, excluding that lapped car in between them, who is the 73 car, who is one lap down. And now that they're back to where they are, we got the Oliveira, who is back out and is in third place position, who is plus 11 from 14th. Now, watching this, caution lights are out. Lights are out on the car as we're about to go green for our 10th caution flag. We're starting back as we're going to cross back onto this field. We're going to start back. Let us watch this from the blimp, as it seems to be the 67 gets a jump start. Or a good start. I cannot tell for that one. Again, and the 47 gets spun around by the 48. Big wrecking on the back stretch. Or the turn 3. That's the front stretch. Oh my. If we go back, that was a big wreck too. There's not big wrecking, but there is wrecking too. 47 gets spun out by the 48. Hit. 71 in. 71 hits. That is... Ooh, that was almost egregious the way that happened. I get you have to move people out, but you can't move people out in that bottom part of that lap. bottom part of the corner, it's not possible to move people out of the corner. We're now for our 11th caution, and our 11th caution is in what? This is now lap 112? I'm doing math right? Because we got 81, and yeah, we're now on lap 112, so that's a big thing. We got, this is 11th caution of the day. Pretty much had a caution every 10 laps. Now let's see if this continues this way. Are we going to have 15 cautions in a 150 lap race? Or are we going to cut it short and do it in less? I mean, it's reasonable to suspect we will. But will we? It's reasonable to suspect we will. It's reasonable to suspect we won't. The trends of this, we probably will end up with quite a few cautions. Probably a few more. 121 laps. As we watch, as we are about to finish up with the 11th caution, and the 48 goes a bit wide, bows up that 42, gets passed by a lot of people, and the 48 is now in 6th place, and Nickel is now in 3rd. Don't know what happened there, or if that was, you know, mandated by the people doing some of this stuff. 71 right up onto the 5. 47, 7 right beside the 47, 47 on the outside, 7 on the 47, door-to-door, 71 on the 5 are door-to-door. Got some door-to-door racing here now. This is good. This is what we should be seeing at a short track. 7 into the back of the 47. That was a minor tap, but still, that's showing if we're getting close. 71 and 67 were all this top 7 or 6 people are really close together. 47 is got to be door-to-door with the 67. Right up, 7 on the rear end, 5 up in front. 47 passes the 67 as the 7 also goes through and passes. Ooh, and they're getting real close. This is some good racing here. I mean, if we can watch it, I mean, Nickel is now about to be in 2nd. 47, the person who started in the runner-up pole position. I mean, like, right beside the pole position, outside line. Starting it, we're going to see how he makes it. 7 is now on the outside, or the inside. See if the 47 can make a run to get past him. Or are they going to do the switchback? What are they going to do? It's usually a good method to make the switchback here. 47 doesn't get a good run, gets slippery on that back part, and the 71 is taken away with about a 2-second lead almost now. 1.78. 1.8 now. Huge lead in the back. Now, as they're battling back here, it's getting harder for them to see what's going on up there. I mean, this has been a good race, but we're now at 123 laps in. We're about to be 125, which means we're about to have 25 laps left. 25 laps left, everybody gets into that antsy phase where they're just going to be, I want to get positions, I want to get in, because there's not much time left. In a short track, it flies by. I mean, we're right now, I think we're running 14-second laps. If we have 14-second laps and about 25 laps, it's going to take 140, 280, about 300 seconds, which is about 5 minutes. 5 minutes of green flag, 5 to 6 minutes of green flag racing. If we get green flag racing, once we've hit 25, which we now have, we have to push it because we have 5-ish to 6-ish minutes left. Now let's see it. And the backpack, see what's going on back here. As we are doing it, as we have the 42 and the 7, which are now pushing each other a little bit. See who's going to pass, if anybody does. 42 right up onto the door of the 77, and the 7 gets a good run down the straight. The 42 got a really good corner. Seems that 42 is catching up slightly. But that's, they got a really good corner, but that 7 gets a really, really nice straightaway. You get a straightaway advantage to a corner advantage, and the 42's right up on the bumper with a good corner too, and a good straight. And it seems like with we're about 130 laps in, we've got about 20-ish laps to go. Can we do this? Like, can we make this pass with the 42 and the 7? Can we make it with no more cautions? What can we do? Who can make moves? Who can do what? 7 is into the wall, and we have another caution. 12th caution of the day. We are now 132 laps in. We have our 12th caution of the day with a 150 lap race. Now, let's take a look at some of this. Track temperature. Has it changed? Yes. Earlier today it was 34 degrees Celsius. Now it's 27 degrees Celsius. Been quite a drastic change there. It made a huge difference. Now, how is that going to change it? It's going to change what lines you can run. People were running the outside line before. Can they run it now? Not effectively. That is that. I mean, we have that, and then let's look at, see who any of the leaders are going to pit. Any of the other leaders are going to pit. Oliviera, the 48, has pitted. Nickel is back out. Nickel will now be in 7th. Nick will be in 7th with a lap down, which is going to be hard to make up with approximately 15 laps to go at this point. When we get to the green flag, it'll be 15 laps to go, because this is now 14 laps to go. This should be 50. 15 laps to go. Should be about 10 soon. Now let's see how this makes a difference. I mean, 42 on the bumper and 71. Neither of these guys pitted. They are the only ones that seems to be have stayed out. So we got 80. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot here. $12 laps to go. I think. 8. 12 laps to go. 11 laps to go at this point now, yeah. 10 laps to go at this time by. 10 laps to go is going to be the pushing point. Can the 42 pass the 71, who's led most of this race? Has dominated quite a bit, because when they get in the lead, they pass. The 5 car now. 5 car passing the 42. Not expected. Ooh, that was a beautiful pass, too. As we watch the 5 car pass them, can that 5 car catch up? 5 cars up 4 positions. All of these cars in the top 5, except Allen, are up positions. Allen is down 1. Now, with what? How many do we have to go? We don't have many to go, because there should be 12, there should be 8 to go, 9 to go, or 7 to go. 7 to go, about to be 5 to go, 6 to go this time by. It's 80. To go, 7 to go. Yeah, there's a lot going on with this race. It's hard to keep track of the numbers because there's a lot of people trying to make a lot of passes, and it's hard to keep track of this. With this, though, there's you can usually tell with the green or the white flag. It'll come up. We'll see who wins when we get results. I can't really tell this because I need to fix up my stuff. It's messed up. This has been a good race. I mean, there's been some bad cautions, some bad stuff happening with this. But in the end, 1 to go now. Yeah, this is 1 to go. Should be 1. Yeah, this is 1 to go. White flag's out. Let's see who's going to make the officials here. It's going to be 71. And this is... Yeah, 71. I can pull up there. Number lock. Yeah. Whoever's in this position, like they are, is the winners. 71, then the 5. 71 of Richmond, then the 5 of the McDermott, then the 42 of Falliker, 7 of Allen, 67 of Hop, 48 of Oliveira, 47 of Nickel, and let's watch as let's take a picture. This is the winner. Richmond, McDermott, Falliker, Allen, and Hop are our top 5. Good race. A lot of people are out because of damage. Could have been a slightly more clean, but in general, it was a good race, and I hope to see you all next week because we'll have a broadcast every week starting at about probably around the same time, about 7:50 to 8 o'clock. Start the broadcast. We will start it next week. Will be the same. It'll be the same series. I can usually it'll be different races. It'll be in the server if you want to join. You can usually find it. It is AutoRacingConnected or ARC, and we do a bunch of things there. That is the racing we did here, and yeah, that was this race. It was a Spring National 150, and that was our winners and our top 5.